Hello there. Thank you again for joining me for some movement and balance and a little bit of grab, different places in the body. All we need is our mat, and let's go ahead and take it down onto our backs. I'm going to have you tuck your knees into your chest and hold into a tight little ball. Some of us will be able to get our arms wrapped all the way around, just depending on your body, your flexibility, who you are. Don't worry if you're super far out here. Just grab some tension on those knees and pull into the body wherever you're at, nice and tight. And hopefully it just gets a little bit of opening into that low back and in through the glutes. If you're able to get your knees together, then that's also going to put some stretch into your hip flexors. A couple deep breaths in and out. All right, and then we're going to start having a little bit of fun with it. So we're going to try to roll a little bit here. If rolling doesn't work for you, just tug your knees in and then open them out. Tug them in and open them out. Otherwise, if you can, at least give it a shot with me. Grab around your kneecaps, the fronts of your knees, tuck in, and then hoist yourself up. And then drop it back. Tuck in and hoist up. Let yourself roll. Whatever kind of range works for you. Get a little bit of massage into the back. If you're able to scoop that belly and push the low back into the ground, then you won't get that womp in your low back. Keep that going. Roll it back. Tuck it up. Let's go two more. But on the last one, we are going to try to hold with balance at the top. So hold here. Just tuck. Grab with those knees. Kind of let your upper body open behind you. And then see if you can find some core grab. So with your balance here, holding on, even though we've got some flexion into the knees, or support with the hands, you can still find some core here. Hold. And then let's let go of those knees and see what happens. So you can let go with the right hand first, and then the left, and then see if you can hold your balance. It's okay if you need to tap a toe down and come back. No big deal. Grab through that belly. Okay, and then we're going to try to add to it. If you need to put your hands back on your knees or behind the thighs, that's fine. But the rest of us, I'm going to see if we can slowly open back, roll it down, push the low back into the ground, and then come back up and find your balance. Again, if you need to use your hands on the thighs, it's okay. We're just here for movement, getting the body to kind of be in different positions, teach it some new things. Come up and hold. Let's go two more. Good. Up and hold. And lower down. And come up and hold. Perfect. All right. Drop the feet onto the ground. Let's just give them a little bit, those thighs, a little bit of a break. So push the soles of your feet together. Open the chest if you want. And if it feels good, drop the chest over the feet. And then we're going to open up onto the side. So we're going to go into lying on our side. I always think of this as a photo pose, right? Getting ready to pose for your photo. Okay, so find the part of your hip that's not going to hurt your hip bone. So kind of you might have to lay back just a little bit. I find if I bend that lower leg that's supporting me on the ground, then I have a little bit more support as well. So push into that forearm. Try to grab along your oblique to hold support. Then extend your top leg. So I'm laying on my left side, right leg out, up over or up or off the floor, and extend your right arm over the head. Take a deep inhale here, and then I just want you to pull knee to elbow right up over you. Hold that core strong, extend, and then tuck. Extend and tuck. Lift the chest up off the rib cage. Grab through that core. Inhale as you open. Exhale as you drag it in. Keep it going. You're gonna burn just a little bit in through that oblique and through the thigh. Let's go 3 more. 3, 2, low belly strong. 1. Okay, you can bring that arm down onto the ground. This upper leg, you can let it rest a second. What we're going to do is we're going to bring it up with the knee bent, and then we're going to drop it over in front of us and then kick it behind. Okay, so here we go. Bend that knee, drop over in front, straighten it all the way out, and then kick straight behind. Over in front, tap that knee to the ground, and then over and behind. So we're grabbing through the muscles of the glute on that right side, but then you are stretching them and opening that hip straight out right after we hit that engagement. Push behind, 3. Try to get that hip flexor open. 2 and 1. Okay, we're going to move to the other side. So swing it around. Find your photo pose on the other side. Strong core and that oblique, wherever that hip isn't going to hurt. Flex strong through the core, and then we're going to extend left arm overhead, left leg out in front of us, and then pull knee to elbow. Get that extension, get the pull. See how much you can incorporate that core. Feel that stretch and opening in the side of the body. Lift the chest off the rib cage. 2 more. Belly button draws back to the spine. Last one. All right, you can plant that left hand, adjust as needed. We're going to kick that leg behind, little donkey kick, and then rock the knee over. Make sure that you get that opening on that side, and then kick behind. Drop the knee out, kick behind. Keep that foot flexed so the toe is pulling back towards your shin. Grab around that core. Hit 4 more. Watch out, that neck, I'm starting to collapse down there. So for me too, watch this shoulder, that right shoulder that you're leaning into. 1 more. Awesome. Okay, roll over onto the front. Let's hit a quick child's pose. Just kind of get opening through those hips, stretch all that out. Shift your hips left and right. Get some opening in the low back. All right, and then we're going to shoot for a walkout plank. So there's a couple different ways that you can do this. You can totally stay on your knees. Start with your hands kind of back by those knees. Grab through the core and then walk yourself forward until you get in that full kind of plank position. Tuck the hips under, belly strong, and then walk the hips back. Walking the hips back by pushing into those hands. If you are not able to push onto your wrists, then you're welcome to go on your forearms as well. Slide those shoulder blades down. You guys have done stuff on your forearms before with dolphin, so this should be fine. Get yourself all the way forward. Tuck that tailbone. You can lift the knees if you want a full quick plank. Drop them and then walk back. Okay, so hit up that if that's where you want to be. Totally great. Otherwise, push into those hands, curl your toes under, and slide your hips up and back. Okay, go ahead and walk your hands all the way back towards your toes. If you need to widen your feet, go for it. The wider your feet are, then the more space that you have to get that forward fold with straighter legs. So what we're going to do is grab the muscles of the back, grab the core, and even contract those quads by pulling your kneecaps up. And you're just going to walk out nice and easy. You don't need to rush it. Find that core. Try to keep your hips nice and level. Shift all the way forward. Quick plank. Tug that tailbone under, belly strong. Push into the hands. Hike those hips back up. And then we're going to walk the hands back. All right, let's go 3 more. Plant the hands nice and wide. Push into your thumb and first finger. Kind of think about pointing that first finger, your index finger, straight ahead. Grab that core, push back. Enjoy that quick stretch. Press into those hands. Grip into every single knuckle. Flex into that core and then push back. Good. Stretch over those legs. Let's hit up 2 more. Grab through the core. Try to keep your legs as still as possible, meaning the hips don't wobble side to side. Flex and then push back. As you drive back, feel like the core is doing most of the work to pull you back. It's basically the same type of move. The body's moving in the same way as like a crunch, right? Belly strong, tuck it in. This is our last one. Push it back. Slide into those shoulder blades. Hang over the body a second. And then come back onto your knees. Curl the toes under. Let's grab our hands behind the back. Open the chest. Just push into the hands so that you get a little stretch and spread across your chest, opening up through those shoulders. Okay, go ahead and stand up. And we're going to do what I'm calling a little flamingo drop. So of course that means we're going to be lifting one leg. So support yourself on the left leg. The right leg is just going to pull up behind you. Okay, go ahead and from here, reach yourself forward. If you have a chair or a bench and you need to use that, one of these balls would work great. But I would like for you to have that stability of the floor. So either bring the floor up to you or place your hands on the floor. You can also use your knee as a support system. Okay, so what we're going to do, grabbing that core as always, flatten through the back. I want you to bend that supporting leg, drop the back knee to the shin, and then push. See if you can get both legs straight. Drop in, core strong, and then push. Drop in, flexing that core, pushing through that leg. Try your best to keep that back flat. Keep driving through the heel. That hamstring's going to grab as you press up to the top. One more on this side. Drop and press. Okay, keep that leg down. Slowly come all the way up. Plant that right leg. All right, let's shake it out. And then we're going to switch up to the other side. Okay, right leg is going to hold that support. So find wherever you need, the floor or your bench or your knee. Okay, slide those hands down for a little extra support. Grab the core. Hopefully you have the flat, squared off to the ground hips. Stretch that back leg back and then bend into the right leg. Tap the knee to the shin and press. Core strong. That hand placement makes a difference for how you can kind of use that to help facilitate that lifted chest. Flat back. Press and lift, straighten, strengthen. Drop it in, tap it. Press up, flex. Drive through that heel. All right, we're going to try for 3 more. 3, extend strong and long. 2, you got it. And 1, hold that support. Come up with your balance. And then plant. Whew, that slowly builds some heat into those legs. All right, stand on both feet. We're just going to take a side lean. So take left arm up and lean it over to your right. Get that stretch along the side body. Open the chest back. or up, I guess I should say. So you're pointing toward the ceiling. You got to keep that core strong and then come up. All right, let's go to the other side. Right arm comes up. Push the hips to the right. Lean over. And then open. Chest up toward the ceiling. And then up. One more each side. Inhale it up. Lean it over to the right. Open the chest. So that hand on the hip is supporting. That's great. Open up. Right arm up. Lean to the side first. And then open the chest. And then come back. All right. We're going to finish off today with an awesome pigeon stretch. So go ahead and stand at the back of your mat. Hinge forward over those legs. Let's take one more little walkout. So keep your hips high this time. You're in a downward facing dog. Bring your right leg up behind you. Get a little stretch in that left supporting leg. Then you're going to slowly bring the knee forward to your right wrist and then drop everything down. So from this position, your left heel is back toward your right heel is toward your left hip, and you can just walk the left knee back. So settle those hips. They should be parallel to the ground. If that means that the knee doesn't quite get back as far, that's fine. You can stay on your hands, go to your forearms, or maybe even rest your head all the way on the ground. Hold here for me. We're going to take a few breaths here. If you need to make small adjustments to get the stretch or the feeling just a little bit better, go for it. Keep that right toe kind of pulled back toward your right shin. Okay, take one more deep breath. Really fill up the lungs. Hold it a split second and then let it all out. Press it up. Push into those hands. Okay, however works for you to get it back. Usually you need to walk that back knee in again. Press into those hands, core nice and strong. Put that right foot back. Downward facing dog. Now we're going to lift the left leg up nice and high. Get a quick stretch through that right hamstring. Push into those hands. Bring that left knee to the left wrist and then drop the foot. Slowly walk the right knee back, flexing that left foot. And then whenever you have that position that works for you, so you want to be parallel to the ground with that pelvis, right? The hip is going to want to drop over. So the right hip's going to want to come up, and we need to pull it to face straight down to the ground. Rest onto those forearms if you want, or your forehead. The stretch on that other side feels awesome. Okay, take one more really deep breath in. Get it in as far as you can. Hold a split second. And then let it all out. Push into those hands. Walk that right knee back towards your heel. Take that left leg back. Sit back on those heels one more time. And come up. Thank you so much. We got through another day of movement. So good.